Greetings, citizens of the world. We are anonymous. Since the occupation of Wall Street began, we have been watching closely as countless people in cities around the world have taken to the streets in peaceful support of the movement. A show of support for a humanity free from the benefit of the few at the expense of the many, free from corruption in our political and financial institutions, and free from the injustices caused by corporate personhood and the oppression of others. This is not the Arab Spring, Egypt, Greece, Tunisia, nor the American Autumn. This is mass global awakening. The lies and corruptions that have attached themselves to our system like a parasite have been exposed. A way to rid our world of this parasite uncovered. The cure lies in all of us. This is only the first wave of our brothers and sisters to awaken to the lies and corruptions taking place around them. You, my brothers and sisters, bear the weight of carrying this message to the masses. You must continue to hold your ground and stand up to help educate others to these injustices. The practice of active non-participation in the things we deem evil, peaceful protests, and large-scale community education efforts are things each one of us can continue and teach others to help aid in the fight. This will assure us victory against tyranny in our world. We have already seen signs of this process beginning to take hold. With the successful transfer of $4.5 billion on bank transfer day, and 690,000 new accounts created at credit unions in the US alone, we have taken the first strike against the banks. This will not be the last. Occupy protests continue to grow despite the pulpit media, who is taught and controlled by politicians and corporations continuing to lie about numbers involved in the protests. They have said there is no clear message and otherwise downplay and belittle the protests as a whole. Yet our message has still gotten out. Political and corporate-backed entities continue to try to adopt and corrupt the movement, trying to turn it into a tool for their own purposes, yet they fail. Worse yet, incidents of police brutality and the revocation of the rights of our citizens are growing more commonplace. Corrupt elements hidden within police forces around the world have begun to inflict terror and beat the otherwise peaceful protesters into submission. Mayors and governing officials in cities around the world have begun to send in their dogs in an effort to stamp out the growth of revolution. They have taken notice of our actions and they are scared. These crimes against our citizens do not go unnoticed, and must not be allowed to quell our efforts in seeking freedom. We must maintain peaceful despite these atrocities and not feed into their efforts to bring us down to their lowly level of existence. The instigators of these actions are unaware that they are defeating themselves, for we are already at the third act of the famous quote, first they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, then you win. There has never been a more exciting time to be alive in all our lives. It is important that we not be bored or let idle time pass, for the seeds of revolution against worldwide injustice have been sown. Yet without enough nourishment they will not survive and grow to full fruition. Citizens of the world, the power for change is in our hands. We must continue to expose the truth to the masses. Know your own power, inform others of the immediate threat of corporations, banking institutions and the growing takeover of world governments. Maintain true to the foundations of the Occupy movement. Fight greed, corruption and corporate control of our democracy. Continue to denounce the involvement of entities with political and financial affiliations in the movement. Express your free right to assemble via global, large-scale peaceful protests. Our efforts must not simply continue, our efforts must grow. Corrupt governments, police, corporations, banking institutions and those who oppress others. You cannot kill, or buy an idea. You are the parasite, not our citizens who gather in peaceful protest against injustice in our world. You are outnumbered, and surrounded. The revolution has begun, and the end of your reign is near. We will not stand for your atrocities and injustices any longer. We are Bradley Manning, we are Scott Olson. We are your brother, mother, and best friend. We are people. We are free. We are one. We are anonymous. We are legion. do not forgive, we do not forget. You should have expected us.